let's start with the health issue that has been getting all the headlines this week, and that is the EpiPen. This is the latest example, right, of a pharmaceutical company buying another product that somebody else developed, and a popular product, and then jacking up the price. And in this case, not getting away with it.
Right. There's been a lot of outrage recently over there. It's about a 400% price increase in the last few years on EpiPens, which of course is something that lots of people really rely on. It's, people carry them around if they have serious allergies, and they need them, in case they have a serious reaction. So it's something people care a lot about, which I think explains some of the outrage. And yeah, you've seen the company now take a few steps to try and, respond, take some steps to smooth things over, but there's still a lot going on.
The price used to be...
It was around $50, I think, back in 2007 or something like that. That's not exact, but something like that.
Right.
And now it's up to something around $600 for two of them. So yeah.
And this is the company Mylan.
Yes. I think it's Mylan. Yeah.
Mylan, okay. And are there any controls over the pricing like this, or are they?
Not really. I mean, that's the
market
problem.
Is the only control, I guess.
Right,
huh?
and in this case, there isn't really. A lot of people would say there's not really a functioning market because it's basically just this company. They don't have a lot of competition. So
right, yeah.
So
they have a monopoly on this.
Essentially, yeah. So some people now are saying, some congressional Republicans wrote to the Food and Drug Administration saying, can you speed up the approvals of possible competitors? The problem is it's kind of unclear whether there are any competitors currently being developed in the pipeline.
And these trials take a long time.
Yeah. Although I think for something like EpiPen, where it's already established, maybe it's easier. The problem comes with more, I think, complicated drugs when it does take a long time.
All right. So you say they have taken certain steps in response to pressure. To what extent? Lowering the price, or?
Well, yeah, a lot of people would like them to simply lower the price, and part of the outcry has been that the company has not simply just lowered the price, which would be the easy, simple thing to do. First, they expanded their discount program, so they gave out a discount card worth $300, so about half the price to a lot of people if you were paying out of pocket, if your insurance didn't cover it. So that helped some, but people said, why are you doing that? Why aren't you just simply lowering the price?
Right.
And so then after that, after people were not satisfied with that, now they've come out with what's called the generic version of the EpiPen, so it's going to cost less. It's $300 instead of $600. So that is a step. It's less, but it's also kind of strange because the company is now, in essence, competing with itself. It has two different products that are essentially the same. So it's a little weird.
Well, $300 is still a long way from $50.
Right. I mean, and people have made that point. It's still not cheap if you're paying $300 out of pocket. Yeah.
Okay. So is Congress likely to take any action on this? What can they do?
Well, certainly I would say before the election, they're probably not going to take legislative action, but the way they can do is kind of shame the company, which you've already seen some of. They've written letters to the company. And actually just the other day, the House Oversight Committee wrote a letter and requested a briefing. So it's less formal than a hearing. I think it will probably be behind closed doors, but they want people from the company to come in and explain some of their decision making, why the price is so high, provide some documents about how they got to that price. And that was a bipartisan letter. So there is some action going forward.
Right. Now, one of the sticky wicket in all of this is that the president of Mylan, Heather Bresch, happens to be the daughter of a Democratic United States Senator from Virginia by the name of Joe Manchin.
Right. It gets a little awkward. They were gone. They were gone in August, so they didn't have to pass each other in the hallways, I guess. But yeah, Senator Manchin, the father of the CEO, and he actually, a few days after this whole the thing started, I guess he figured, I should put out some sort of statement. So Senator Manchin did put out a statement. It basically said, I'm aware of the concerns and I'm looking into it. So he didn't go too far there, but he has put out a statement, and yeah, we'll have to see how he handles this further.
Well, because one of the other aspects of this is that when she took over the company, she not only raised the price of the EpiPen, or they not only raised the price, but she got a big fat raise in her own salary.
Yeah, people have been looking at her salary, and that's a common thing. And I think often the response is, well, these are businesses. They pay their CEOs what they want, I guess. But
it's going to be a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Senator Manchin, maybe he can handle it, but he might have some awkward interactions, especially with his colleagues who are the most critical of this, maybe.